How long gone? It sounds good. Beautiful Sunday here in New York, Jason. The sun is shining and the wind isn't blowing, which has been an issue for me personally lately. So I just wanted to report that.
Is it wreaking havoc on your hair? What's going on?
It's just, man, you know what? You look outside, it looks good. You know what I mean? Then you're checking what people in the street are wearing because you're like, oh, I can't still, because the temperature says one thing. And then the real feel is different. You know what I'm saying? When the wind is whipping.
That real feel. So when you say you're checking what other people are wearing, is that you with the binoculars outside of your window from Tribeca? Or recently, friend of the show, Hannah Cousins, may have called it Trina, which is like trying hard, and Chinatown.
Chinatown is pretty good. It does sound
Chinatown's pretty good.
Chinatown feels like an injectable. But it does sound. It does sound.
Good. It's swimming in the seas of Skyrizi. So I guess sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. Are you looking with the binoculars down onto the street, or are you pulling up Jake Wolf's Instagram?
I wish I was up tall enough to need binoculars, but from the fourth floor, you can kind of get eyes on it pretty easily.
Okay, so you pull your phone out and do 5x zoom. That's smart.
Yeah, just a 5x zoom. Just, is there a hat? Is there a glove? Is there a puffer? Is there something lighter? Just a general sense of what's going on. And then when you get outside, you realize that everyone is insane. And you can see Simone with the full Canada Goose Arctic parka on next to a guy shirtless doing pull-ups, and none of it really makes sense until you get out there yourself.
Isn't that just NYC style, Chris?
It's crazy. It's crazy here, bro.
But you're also, you're a shorts wearer. You don't mind it. You're okay with that kind
I'm not really. I mean, I'm not
tomfoolery.
I don't like wearing pants over shorts to the gym, no matter how cold it is. But unfortunately, if you do that when snow is on the ground, you do get the damn, that's a crazy white boy looks. And you don't want that. You don't want to look like a serial killer just because you don't want to take your shoes off twice.
I agree. I would always do that at the Standard Hotel East Village. It's across the street from the gym that they let you use. And I felt like I was doing the fucking thought walk, coming home from space at 9 a.m. type shit.
It's a judgmental.
I felt all the eyes were on me like, ugh, this fucking idiot, This tall, hot idiot.
It goes into white boys don't wash their legs territory. It's in a similar zone.
Yeah, that's the real Amazon crime, isn't it?
We're not beating the charges on either one of these things, I don't think, but
I wash my legs, bro.
No, I do too, but I mean in a general sense, we're never going to win because it's a thing. The leg washing is something that can never be proven. And that's why it's such a beautiful argument.
Unless you subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. With Jason washing his legs, it's $5.99 a month. Just DM me for extras, though. I do original content as well.
Ankle to knee, that's kind of my sweet spot. Okay.
Oh, ankle to knee, baby. That's what you're paying for. We should talk about the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival that took place.
Is that the one in India?
That's the one in Indio, not to be confused with the beautiful country of India.
Wonder how many people got that confused. Like the first Coachella, like, damn, this one's far. I don't know if I'm gonna go to Bangladesh to see Chemical Brothers.
24 hours of travel for Beck headlining? I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do all that, man. That sounds good, but...
Okay, yeah, in India...
I'm shocked every year at the celebrity turnout. I know it's sort of a rite of passage and also like a clubhouse, but like I just don't know if I want to. I mean, I guess the whole goal is to feel normal, but if I'm Jacob Elordi, like I don't know if I want to do that personally.
Do you like live music that much?
I do, but none of.
Does Jacob?
I mean, he's too busy, reading E.E. Cummings or whatever out of his Bottega purse. But I don't think of him as a music lover, actually. I think of him as a reader and a guy who wears Pally. I don't think of him as a guy who listens to music. Right.
He doesn't have a whole lot of death grips on his Nano Touch.
He does not have death grips on his Nano Touch. But I do think Jacob Elordi could be, he could be out there trying to see what's really Gucci on some other stuff, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not talking about ketamine. I'm talking about ladies.
It'd be foolish to come all the way out here and not throw a line in the water, right?
I mean, it would be
if we're just going to be sitting around all day.
And Elordi knows, as an Australian, you don't bring sand to the beach. No Bondi.
Nar,
he knows that.
Nar.
He knows that better than anybody. But I wonder what the celebrity hookup ratio is, or if it's all just now people that are friends with, Hailey Bieber and they know each other from church, and Elordi's got to go civilian mode if he wants to stick it in anything. You know what I mean?
Elordi's got to go to the Yahoo activation somewhere off campus, pull some Ontario 7s. She work at the toilet paper factory. He's like, whoa, they have an airport now? That's so cool. Anyway, what's up?
No, I'm sure somebody at the Nylon House is helping him, surround himself with hottie. Because I mean, I just saw it because Timothy was there.
I think it's the Bieber factor. I think all these kids that you're naming, they grew up basic. Bieber was there. Fucking Tom York and Bob Dylan rolled into one. He is the architect, the blueprint. So they don't even want to go, but it's just like, fuck, Stones are playing the Sphere. We gotta go. Just I guess that kind of thing.
I do get that, and I mean, I'm sure it's fun. If you're fucking Jacob Elordi, doing anything like that is fun. I don't get me wrong.
If you have the right amount of medication and alcohol in your bloodstream to be able to handle walking around Coachella as Jacob Elordi, just on a cortisol level, maybe he's got some beta blockers that we don't have access to.
I think he has lost,
or he's just able to relax because he reads so much.
He's got a lot of stuff we don't have access to. A lot of stuff we ain't got access to. I don't want to get into the details.
He said Ontario Sevens. That's cute, mate.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm fucking aliens, bro.
To be fair, he does. I mean, he dated what's her name. That is not an Ontario 7.
Let's not sleep on what's her name. You're right.
But she's bad, but she's as close to a civilian as you can get for Jacob Elordi.
Are you talking about
Olivia,
Aunt Becky's daughter?
I'm talking about Aunt Becky's little thought daughter who lied to get into UCLA. Said she was a rower. Or USC, whatever, one or the other. I know one's better than the other, but I don't.
Look, the traps on the shoulders are big. They're not rower big, okay, bitch?
Well, hold on, turn around. No, hell no, this bitch ain't rode a day in her life. Rode RHODE maybe, but not.
Yeah, how do you feel when you're? I guess Olivia, she's like she's a semi-civilian, I should say, but it's on her Mount Rushmore. It's her, Zendaya, and Kaya Gerber. It's tough, stiff competition.
Yes, it is, but in other ways, I mean, if I were her, that would give me the biggest ego boost, legally possible.
At the top, it's just us type shit.
At the top, it's just us. It's why guys that are like a Leonardo DiCaprio, legendary dirty dog stickman, women want to join the hallowed halls. They want to get
in that section.
They want their jersey
sit in his section.
They want the jersey in the rafters. They want him pouring them a fucking Casamigos and pineapple.
To borrow a real estate term. You always want to be the shittiest house on the nicest street, right?
Exactly. It's better than smallest room at the nicest hotel. There's worse places to be. Still get to use the facilities, if you know what I'm saying. I loved Justin Bieber. I thought it was awesome. I thought the whole thing was cool. I thought it was like every live performance like this now does feel a little yay coded in some ways, like stage wise, But the YouTube shit,
even from 9 Inch Nails to Justin Bieber, they were all sort of in his plate, right?
I thought the whole thing was cool, man. I thought it was a great way to play all those songs that his ass doesn't want to play. I thought it was funny.
Okay, for those of us who didn't watch it, give me just a little. So I know that he was performing mostly his newer music. And then he revisited kind of the older classic catalog via watching YouTube videos on his computer.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not. Yeah, he's just like he's basically watching YouTube videos and like in parts like harmonizing with himself and shit. And he played he played some viral shit. But he played all the songs, and it was just kind of a fun way to do it, I thought. Okay. It was literally the Twitter joke of like gay guys sitting around, Gay Guy Friday sitting around.
Gay guy music video night.
Yeah, it's that. It was that, literally. Except he was probably more high, and he was wearing Ludan and Loewe boots. And I don't want to. This is going to be great for the water community, all the water sommeliers listening. He was sipping on a purely Sedona, which is something that is, it's not. It's for the heads a little bit. It's a little bit of a deep dive. No geyser, no geyser.
Yeah, water watchers take note. Purely Sedona, obviously sourced from a beautifully protected Arizona spring. If you want to get those balanced pH levels and electrolytes, but have them be naturally occurring, take a second look at Purely Sedona.
Take a second look, but they make a sparkling as well. But I was just impressed to see that as a choice. I wonder if he chose it himself, or if that was maybe from some help,
or was this a brand deal?
Purely Sedona doesn't feel like they have that kind of bread.
I know, but if it's for a certain level, what if a shareholder over there knows someone over at that team, and like, hey, I got some really great water for Justin to drink out on stage,
Yeah, when they're
free of charge.
Imagine his performance was so good, it almost makes me want to wear Skylark slides. You know what I mean? It's getting to that point.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to order his iPhone case that has the built-in spliff holder, but obviously out of stock.
That does feel
especially after
cool.
that performance.
That I really like that flip on the case. Would
you like
actually
you like the doobie case?
Would you actually use that?
I mean, I as a joke, like
this is coming from a guy who has a purple iPhone. I believe that you ask for the purple AirPod Pro Max too, correct?
I have. It's more of a lilac, but yeah. And my phone is rose gold currently, but I have had a purple phone.
It's crazy that Apple got all of you bozos who can't get enough to buy an orange phone because you didn't want to wait a week to get a regular phone. So something, any colored device, even when I'm doing my rich guy tech refresh, a colored device just seems crazy.
Yeah, I mean, not all who are wandering are lost, Chris. You know what I mean? Some people, you take the red pill, you take the blue pill. You're not ready for color, and that's fine.
You're right. I'm not.
We don't look down on you as a closed-minded color hater.
Okay, we got to be careful. I would say watch some clips.
Yeah, got it.
I would say watch some clips. I think it's very polarizing because the internet is unbelievable. People are saying that because he doesn't own his catalog, he couldn't perform those songs in a different way. I'm like, that ain't how that works, right?
I don't know if they know that's how that works.
But I mean, these kind of things will take hold on the World Wide Web, and it's always shocking to me because that seems easy to debunk. That seems very, very easy to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. But, you can never put anything past Scooter Braun, that evil Scooter Braun. He might have a weird little clause in his contract where if he wants to perform those songs live, he has to pay a hefty royalty fee.
Scooter Braun's getting his dick sucked by Sydney Sweeney on a jet ski in Tampa. He ain't worried about he's got his bread. He's good to go.
I think it's been a minute since she slobbed on the knob.
Really?
I mean, how long can you really be into Scooter's whole shtick before you start getting the ick?
I think someone like her for the rest of their lives. I think they're going to commit. I predict now that Scooter and Sydney get married.
3 weeks with Scooter, it's a no lick zone for me.
No lick. I think that did you see people are really upset about these Euphoria pictures. I guess they've made her an OnlyFans creator, and she's like she has like she looks like she's dressed like a cow and has a pacifier in.
She's doing toddler play, sure.
Golly, that is just too.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of guys I know are probably up in arms about these images being shared.
How bad is Euphoria? Because it looks really bad.
I don't know. I watched the first couple episodes of the first season, and it was just too, I don't know, it was fine. It's just it has a very specific stylized aesthetic to it, and it's for that 14-year-old daughter in your life that is cutting herself a little bit, or the one who
See, I wish
plain Jane, but you get to see a window into the dark world that doesn't exist.
I wish that's who it was for, but unfortunately I think it is kind of for us and our peers. That's the sad reality.
Well, whenever I say anything like that, we also imply to be included the adults with that same brain inside of their adult body.
I just feel like the guy who's creating it that gets all the bad press,
Sam Levinson.
Sam Levinson's definitely our age, 100%, like late 30s, early 40s.
And he said, "Sweeney in the diaper now."
I don't know how he keeps getting away with it, I guess. And it's crazy that all these people have stayed on the show. Like, that's what I don't understand. When these people get to be this famous, I mean, I'm sure it's contractual or whatever, but I would just be like, I ain't doing that, bro.
No, I agree. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, and I'm sure Zendaya is going to come back with Jacob Elordi for the next season after," and then he got him. But I think because the same reason why these celebs are going to Coachella, or not the only reason, but a big consideration is that this is a moment for content in an ever evolving world where my team says I need to be posting a new, strolling through the airport pic with my La Mer bag or whatever. It's just more content. So this is just another,
It's true.
Even if they're making scale,
and I get paid. I mean,
they're making some money. Zendaya's making $20 million of pictures, so she's not getting that much from Euphoria, but she gets photos of her looking crazy, video footage of her wearing outfits that she normally doesn't wear. It's just like you dip into this.
Is there something I don't get about her? Because she seems insanely boring to me. And is she really talented? Is she so good as an actress?
Personally, it's not really for me, I would say. I don't think she's bad, but it's just kind of like one of those like very, very talented musicians that's got no swag. You know what I mean? Just
yeah, sure. I
have a doctorate in the cello, but
sure.
you know,
I just find her and Tom Holland to be sort of like, how did we get here? Just because there's nothing happening except the matching under titty tattoos and a non-alcoholic beer. I mean, I think Zendaya is beautiful.
I think they're both just like Disney kids, like child actor, entertainer. I'm a tap dancer and singer, and I can juggle, and it's the same reason why Ariana Grande and that spawn of Carrot Top are dating. They just speak the same lingo.
Hey, look, at least I'll say this: Zendaya has a timeless beauty about her, and one thing I really appreciate is she doesn't have any hand tattoos. One of Ariana Grande's biggest mistakes is tatting up her whole hand. Ariana Grande's hand looks like a guy that just got out of jail's face. Like, it's crazy. Because Jason, famously, hands
India Irie looking hand.
Hands age poorly. They do. Hands age poorly. They're always exposed to elements. Think about it.
Especially if you're a witch.
So if you got 6-inch fake nails on and you got 14 tattoos on each hand.
You listening, Mark Jacobs?
Oh, it's disgusting. It's gross. Her hands are crazy. The only person that can get away with that many hand tattoos is Rihanna. That's because she's playing on a different level.
Yeah, everyone allows it. Nobody likes it though.
No, nobody likes it. But every time I see Ariana Grande's hands, I'm like, you are too rich and too sick. Somebody should have made you not do this or get these removed. Somebody.
I know.
Somebody.
But I admire. On two sides of the coin, I admire saying like, hey, I do have these fucked up hand tattoos. And what are you not going to put me in the Valentino campaign in the airport? Yeah, that's what. I thought.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
she
got the numbers.
We'll airbrush them out or whatever. So, but then it's the same thing of like you see the basketball player, two guys who are the same level of stats. One of them has all the brand deals, and one of them doesn't. And a lot of times the main difference is you don't have 80,000 emoji tattoos on your neck. You know what I mean?
I mean, dude. I need to actually examine her tattoos and see what they are, because one of them is definitely a rosary.
18 rosary tattoos, bro.
She's definitely got a
but
rosary.
But I want to. The Sydney Sweeney diaper talk reminds me of when I would listen to Loveline.
What does it remind you of? What does it remind you of, Jason? Please tell us more.
Yes, I would listen to Loveline, and Dr. Drew would be able to prescribe exactly what trauma people had based on like the sound of their voice. Of like, she'll just be saying some crazy story and it'll be like, were you sexually abused at 3? And she's like,
yeah, he would. So
like, is there? I want to know if he's able to use that like pinpoint precision and be to detect like this type of person who has like over 70 small tattoos on their hands specifically. Like, what is the psychological etymology of that?
I mean, I think with Ariana, it's very easy because you're right. It's just child star is the damage, and that kind of can cover everything.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Dr. Drew? What did he get? Was he just like a COVID truther, like Trump guy, and people got him out of here? Or did he do something much worse?
Yeah, he went super like right-wing MAGA.
Okay, that's why. Because he
started talking a lot about the Mexicans and stuff like that.
Do you remember? It's crazy how big a part of our lives Dr. Drew was.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Drew was on TV. I think that show was on every night.
Yeah, it was like Howard Stern.
It's crazy that Dr. Drew. I mean, then he was on TV though. Then he was on all those VH1 shows for years and years too.
He's still, I would say he was still on, but now he's on like weird podcasts and stuff.
I mean, I'm sure he's got his own imprint on Tucker's network, but it's not really hitting the same as linear TV in 1997.
Dead Oceans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
We got an imprint over here.
We were talking to some friends yesterday about something that will go unnamed, but it was just a very 2026 Coachella rich kid Bieber moment. Yes. Like we're really at the pinnacle of like the high and low of existing in America and the world. Apparently, some rich people, maybe kids of somebody in Coachella, hanging out at Coachella, get on a helicopter, fly to LA to have dinner at Noma, go back on the helicopter, back to Coachella in time to catch Bieber's set. That's got to be one of the best nights of your life if you're the daughter of a rich person, right?
Well, I think the problem is if you're doing that every night is the best night of your life. So it's tough to sort of, but yes, in theory, that is the best night of your life, especially if you like bugs.
But you do a lot of things like that, but it seems like the stars and the planets are aligning to when, not unlike our Artemis 2, planning that perfectly this person triangulated a Noma pop-up in Los Angeles and Justin Bieber pop-up at Coachella all in the same night.
My version of this is hitting like 4 unnecessary media or fashion events in one night in New York and still making it to dinner by 8 p.m. But there's not. The upside is much less. The upside is much less.
Okay.
Being able to leave every party after 25 minutes is one of the greatest skills, but it's not the same as hitting the chopper to make it in time for UConn.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, one of them. Would you like a glass of champagne or a shot of Clase Azul? And then your version is like, what am I going to do with this caper tote bag?
Another fucking tote bag. I guess I'll take it to dinner. I guess I'll bring it to dinner with me. I'll find
the
a way.
Candle's in the shape of bread. Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, a shoe shine kit? This is actually useful. Thank you.
This has been in my cart for a minute.
Oh, my God. But I thought the Bieber thing was good. I think it's nice that it's polarizing.
What do you think about, speaking of polarizing, what do you think about the people who are saying, this is a little, not like the Frank Ocean style where people were upset about that performance, but just, he's the highest paid artist at Coachella. People are flying in from all over the world to see him. It's this big, huge deal, and he spends half the time watching videos on his laptop. Is that taking a lazy way out, or is that exactly what these zero attention span people want in a live show?
I just think it's not like he was watching. I mean, to be fair, you were watching the videos with him.
Sure.
Not
sure.
to make it like, it's not like he was in like a fucking privacy booth. I think that is low IQ.
But it's like when I'm watching Cat Williams stand up and now he starts playing videos and songs and shit, and I'm like, bro, you're the king of stand up comedy. What are you doing here?
I think this is for Justin Bieber and his audience and the time we live in. I think this is pretty perfect. TBH.
Yeah.
I think that like overthinking it and being like he's the highest paid, like Sabrina Carpenter spent a fortune and it looked like she was at fucking Disney World doing the 50s drive-through sock hop. Like I would rather see Justin Bieber watch videos of himself at 14 and harmonize with him than see somebody spend all that money on just stuff. I don't know. It's not like, it felt more human. It felt more interesting and like and cool.
Yeah, because the live show, like everyone demands this over-the-top theatricality, and we have to employ body-positive dancers, and there has to be a stolen land artist doing the video thingy, and like set builders, and we're keeping the creative artistic arts alive with human beings doing it, versus we have a giant screen and this kid in Korea is going to make a bunch of sick visuals and then they can just kind of run around. It'll cost $18,000.
As a person who likes bands and when they play just kind of normal style, I feel like this was sort of Justin Bieber. This is as close as you're going to get.
This was normal style
to Justin Bieber doing this. It was normal style, especially for a certain generation. Like the Strokes are actually normal style because they're just standing up there with the instruments and there's like some fog and wind. I'm sure they had a few things on stage, but overall,
no, they had a pretty good visual program going on. But what I like about the Strokes,
but
is you could tell that they didn't look at the visuals.
It's like Oasis; they had never seen that until they walked out.
Like what's on the screen? Is that the Queen? Yeah, on the dollar. Okay.
Like I know the Strokes, but I'm saying like there's a level of like the Strokes having like I think just Bieber doing it this way still gave it a big level of production without it feeling like pop star girly over the top.
Are you saying he was on Bo Burnham's nachos?
I don't know, bro. I've never had a bite of Bo's nachos, so I don't fucking know what they taste like. But I bet they're bad. I bet
they taste mild.
Those are white boy nachos. There ain't no jalapenos on those.
Yeah, extra sour cream.
But a little bit of visual in the Strokes is fine. I just mean there's not like they don't come in a lowered 6 faux and get out with like Marshall stacks that move.
Don't send a shot at West Coast rap, bro. Come on.
I'm not. That's not a West Coast rap. I believe Sabrina Carpenter drove off from her set in a vintage car. This is not a joke. And Sabrina Carpenter's got slaps, and that's the show Sabrina Carpenter should be doing. That is exactly the point. I just don't want that from Justin Bieber because he has sold us that he is cooler than that. If nothing else, by working with McGee and Dijon or whatever. You know what I mean?
Do you think his Twitch live streaming played any part in the creative direction of his show?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm sure that's not I'm sure there was some high-paid, white guy in giant pants and slides that we sort of know that got paid to come up with this, but I'm sure
a Culver City creative.
Yeah, there's definitely
Proud
somebody,
dad of 2.
There's definitely somebody we know who's vaguely religious wearing sweatpants that come down to his right below his calf right now. But I think that he probably had a little bit of say because it does feel very Twitch adjacent.
Okay, last question. Do you think the reason why Justin's show was like that is because his personal attention span is so fried that he can't even just perform for 2 hours on stage without getting a little laptop screen?
Maybe he may also not
at that time.
He might not have wanted to get into fighting shape. Like, he's not trying to put down the bubbler and learn 2.5 hours of Usher level Chris Brown choreo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's what, and that's fine. I think that's the reason. I think part of the reason.
Can I have the bubbler, please?
The reason he started playing guitar is because he's like, wait, I don't have to dance. I got this shit on. This rocks. You guys got this figured out. Dijon walks around with a headset mic, just pushing buttons, and this shit sounds good. I gotta figure out a way to do this.
He's young, but he's also not new to this. He is a retired musician at this point because he started when he was this many. For our listeners at home, I'm holding up 4 fingers.
Literally. Yeah, I mean, but overall, it looks pretty. I mean, I didn't really watch it. I mean, the XX is just so good. I love that they're back. I think it's cool.
And they could stop with their little solo projects.
They look so happy. And also, has there ever been a band with a lesbian, a gay guy, and a straight guy? Think about that. In the history of time, has that ever happened?
Maybe it's at the top. It's the XX and the B-52s. That's the only band that was really coming to mind.
Yeah,
that would have all
true,
that.
yeah.
That's like, I mean, that's a indie band EGOT right there, right? All you need is a geese trans, and that's the T in EGOT.
Dude, I'm trying to think of anybody else. I mean, maybe Fleetwood Mac at one point somebody was a lesbian. You know what I mean? But that doesn't count. That doesn't count as
it was the 70s, man. We were all lesbians.
I just watched the videos of the XX and everybody's so happy. They look happy. The crowd looks fucking happy. It's like reassuring how good it sounds and how it's aged so well.
Hey, man, when you're looking at a bunch of people who like the music that you're playing versus who are there just to support you and they like your other band, it's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the face that Julian sees at a Void show versus the Stroke show. Not to bring that up again.
Well, he can see all the faces at a Void show because it's at Mercury Lounge, so it's a tighter you can get right up in the nostrils over at Mercury Lounge.
See all 230 of those motherfuckers, huh? Okay, speaking of all things that you can see and trans visibility, let's talk about Ethel Cain's visibility showing shaft and ball on grid.
How did we forget? We didn't talk about this when it happened. I
know.
I'm not super clear on what was it just a post or was there some sort of statement?
It's on her Instagram grid right now. It has the little blurry thing where you can click see more. And it's just, a small carousel of images, many of them showing penis and testicle.
Was it taken by someone? Is there a credit to a photographer of note? Or is this just sort of like, I felt like flexing?
I think it's a flex thing, yeah.
Okay, this isn't hand printed by David Sims.
It's not, it's not an excerpt from the System magazine shoot.
Okay,
I think it's just...
These are exclusive outtakes from the final issue of The Face.
Let me pull up the Mother Cain files. Just hold, please. Oh, no, it says she tagged expired idealist, which is a photographer named Dolly Kjarn.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
From somewhere in the Appalachia.
Well, that
is where this person's from.
I always forget Ethel Cain's sort of formative story is very like Southern white trash.
White trash?
Like Florida. So I appreciate when she gets back in that. I mean, bro, I don't give a fuck. Ethel Cain, put Hog out. Who cares? Mm-hmm. I'm all for it. But
also, what I like, I was at dinner. We were Carolyn and I. We went to Bar di Bello with our friends of the show, John and Jack. John, who does East Side Rag, and we were talking. They hadn't seen it, and I was showing them, and they were like, "Wait, how?"
I will.
How come, I can't look at dicks on my Instagram, but this person? And I said, you're Ethel Cain, and you're like, I'm gonna post my trans body on Trans Visibility Day, and I wish a motherfucker would report me. Yeah, and everyone was like, "You're good. You're good."
Yeah, Instagram. The rare time where the Meta Corporation was like, you know what, fuck it, you win. We don't want the smoke on this one. Mm-hmm. And I do think that that sort of thing is important to do that and test them a little bit, because I think that a lot of people say, I think a lot of people want to support causes until it causes them a problem. You know what I mean? Or it's sort of like becomes a road bump for them.
Mm-hmm.
And over the Meta Corporation,
We want to clean up the streets until it's time to pick up a bucket and a mop. Am I right, brother?
That's what I'm saying. But if Ethel Cain's like, hey, it's Trans Visibility Day, I'm gonna show you what visibility really means. It's cool that someone at the Meta Corporation was like, you know what? This bitch called our bluff. Like, fuck it. It's Trans Visibility Day. We probably posted about it on our corporate account. There's probably like a corporate email that went out to all of our employees. Like, we gotta let the hog rock.
But then, do you think the rest of the trans community is like, oh fuck, bitch, like everyone else is like, I don't know if I want to show my balls on Maine. I kind of have a whole little.
You're like, I think my visibility is different, maybe, than hers. Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to get less clocky, not more.
But it's one of the rare times where, like, a giant corporate, especially in today's kind of heightened state, where a giant corporation is sort of tested on something and they strangely end up on maybe the right side of history, I would say, which is interesting.
It happens every once in a while.
It's interesting. I totally forgot about that. That happened. Like 3 people texted me about it, and I was sort of like, "Oh, that's crazy." And I didn't think about it again. It oddly wasn't that big of a deal considering what it was.
Also, I think some part of it had to do with the fact that the images were very, like, specifically artistically styled, so it looked more.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like. Yeah, it was giving real photo. It wasn't giving porn.
It was the art of photography versus here's a Samsung flip phone picture of my pussy.
Yeah. It was giving
two very different.
Honestly,
things.
It was giving teenagers in their bedrooms. That book. It was like that kind of. It was that kind of vibe for me.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're looking in the liner notes of a 70s girl grunge band, and you see a little nipple in there one time, and you're like, you know what, this is so tastefully done in like a Baroque artistic fashion that
I just feel like
my mom let me keep it.
Obviously, it's Ethel Cain. It's not like this is going to get Nick Fuentes doing 40 minutes live about it. He doesn't know who Ethel. Well, actually, he is an indie lover, so maybe not. But I guess what I'm saying
it's
is
not like Slater doing it, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I just think that I think that it's also a testament to how many images we see every day, because I think a lot of people probably scrolled right by that image and double clicked on it and saw Ethel Cain's face and didn't even process what was.
I thought it was just 2 8-balls.
Exactly. That's what I would have thought too. Trans Visibility Day is right around the corner. So who's next?
Start
who's
playing.
fucking
Yeah,
next?
I still have to get
Step
my
up.
hotel for that too. Shit.
Step up.
Yeah, Bar de Bello also, very good. Had a nice piece of fish. Had a giant Negroni in a chalice.
Oh, like bar basso style. Well, I'm Milan on my brain, but
exactly.
That's great. I can't wait to go. We're going on the 16th.
Oh yeah, I'm going with you too, right?
We have 2 open seats, so we can talk offline about who to kind of give the VIP packages to.
Okay. Yeah, we have our Paul Smith event happening on Wednesday, and I'm sorry, I think our list is full for that. It's an intimate affair.
I'm a little pissed off because I sent you this. You didn't even respond, but big competition that night in LA, and I'm a little bit upset at our friends over at Born and Raised.
Yeah,
I know you're listening.
Yeah, there's Thundercat is also having a gathering as well that night.
I'm good.
A town divided.
I don't need any 8-string bass, but I do Terror playing a Born and Raised collaborative event feels like that's my dance. What's the dance they do every year?
That's your Sadie Hawkins.
That's my Sadie Hawkins. My Sadie Hawkins is Terror playing in a because Paul Smith wouldn't let us get a hardcore band. We tried. We tried. We were kind of beating.
And I said, Sir Paul, what do you think? No hardcore band. That's fine.
So I was like, what about
a warehouse downtown with 800 Mexican guys in it? And he said, we'll look into it.
Foundation reunion. We can give everybody socks. Just think about it. It's something that could really work if the socks match the limited edition vinyl.
Oh my God, the Paul Smith socks that go all the way up to the knee.
Dude, sick.
Like pro club style.
Honestly, this is a good idea. This is a really good idea.
This is a good idea. And it won't be cultural appropriation because I got a little bit of thug in me. You know what I'm saying?
Famously, you do have a little bit of thug in you. What is the parking situation at Bar de Bello? Not to get into the weeds, but is it a valet?
Yeah, they have a valet lot right next door.
Okay.
It's very convenient.
Okay, great. When we went to visit to just kick the tires before it opened, parking on that part of Sunset on the street is truly a gauntlet.
Yeah, and he knew that if you don't have valet, it's going to fuck you. But it's such a good place to drink and get drunk and like pregame that you should just Uber there anyway.
Yeah,
I was not pre-gaming. I only had like 1.5 drinks, so I just drove.
sure. Yeah, you don't have to. Hey, bro, there's no cops listening to this. It's all good, bro. All the cops are all the cops are playing Candy Crush on the corner right now. They're not looking at you.
No, it's true. I had 1.5 drinks. One of them was a large chalice.
One of them was a gallon jug of vodka, but otherwise,
It had they were talking about it was like a large chalice kind of thing. You know, maybe 20-ounce cup or something like that inside, and they put the Negroni in there, and then they put like the big kind of mixology spherical rocks.
yeah.
A round of ice. And then the problem is, you know, you have to really be able to handle the physics of the angles of it, so the ice doesn't come tumbling down and smack you right in the nose and you spilled the Negroni everywhere. And like an Indiana Jones boulder kind of situation coming at you.
Yeah. That is tough. That's what. Remember when ice was such a big thing? Not that ice. I'm talking about Ice Cube. When you would go to a bar and have the rounded ice cube that some dork with a mustache had chiseled at all day to get perfect.
You'd be laughed out of an establishment if you didn't have a bespoke ice program.
That was so. I mean, I remember when coffee places. I mean, they might still do this when they would do cold brew with the cold brew cubes.
Oh, they do.
That was that.
There's
that is too far.
We were talking.
I did like it, but.
Was it low quad? There's a place, I forgot what it was. I'll find out what it was. But there's a place where the cold brew is $16. Oh, no. Yeah, Al was talking about it. It's a place that's in Silver Lake nearby, but maybe it's
we're
low
going
quad,
there. If there's a $16,
but they have a cold brew that is $16.
All right, well I gotta try it.
I know. As soon as he said that, I immediately thought of you.
There's a new coffee place in New York that's kind of trying to come for Integral's crown a little bit.
Okay, go on.
It's Korean owned. It's called Park at Kim's. It's a little younger. Like we went yesterday, and Alex was like, "This is really good," but the crowd is a little cropped shirt. Do you know what I mean? It's a little. Integral is a better. I mean, I like the product more, but it's also just a better crowd in general. It's more normal. This is a little bit like TikTok, Maru. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you do about that in that situation where most of your demographic are cropped wearers? I guess many of these owners of these establishments are also cropping themselves, so it's a welcome.
I wonder if the owner of this place is a cropper. I know that there were two different people in line with self-cropped shirts on. This is not a joke. A cropped Oxford. Bro, do you know what you got to look like as a man to wear a cropped Oxford shirt? You got to be famous or extremely sexy. You can't just be a schlubby guy from fucking that lives deep in Park Slope.
If you're anything lower than music's role model,
yeah, bro.
You need not apply for this.
Yeah,
look.
you roll. These are advanced moves, and I know,
it's roll and up.
I know you see your favorites. I know you think you look like Austin Butler because you wear your keys on your fucking belt loop. But cropped Oxford is a crazy move for any civilian. It's crazy. Not for obviously women. We're not talking about men. Like you're a straight, regular 28-year-old guy with a job. There's no reason for you to have a crop shirt on that you cut with scissors.
It's true. It's sort of like, why not have both in terms of have a normal shirt and do you want to tuck it in or not? It has two different looks, and they're like, I'm gonna do a third thing. I'm gonna cut it with scissors.
What if I do a secret third thing and just chop it off?
But what's worse, the cropping of the Oxford? I mean, it's one thing to crop the 80s football jersey if you have
Sure.
a good bod. That's fine. But yeah, we're cropping the Oxford shirt. What is worse, doing that or doing a sort of menswear sartorial button pattern thing where like it does like a self-imposed French tuck where you like pull the top thing down and you like button the wrong buttons to different things.
I get a lot of Instagram how-to videos about this.
How to look like a gay guy.
But at least with that, nobody knows you did it. Like at least with that.
Well, sometimes yeah, sometimes no. Sometimes it's like, oh, you just did it in a way where it's like a natural crop and it just looks kind of like it's floating normally. And some of them, like one one side of it is down and one side of it is up, and it's like it has like an asymmetrical.
Like mimicking the French tuck.
Yeah, but it's more like an asymmetric. You know, when you see videos of people like, here's how to tie your shoes in like a twisted way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but with your buttoning pattern. So your Uniqlo shirt tells a story.
This blue Oxford shirt tells my story, and it's through buttons. I don't. There's just some things that are like, I don't know, man. Put a shirt on, like I don't know, man. Just put it. Like, I mean, I know that people put on button down and button up shirts in different ways. Some people unbutton a few at the top and pull over their head. I'm traditional. I button every button by hand.
It's childish behavior.
It's artisanal. I touch every button that goes through the hole.
Yeah, it reminds me of like when I'm wearing a look I'm unsure of. I'll tell Carolyn, and she'll say like, either tuck that shirt in or put on a different one because that's not working. And then instead of being like, I'm gonna try to find, you just sometimes the rules exist for a reason, and sometimes you're like, if you're gonna wear that, and that's it's double breasted, like you keep it closed the whole time, even when you're sitting down, kind of thing, or just little.
No. We never keep it buttoned when we sit down. The amount of times that I see guys doing that on TV. It blows my fucking mind. Like, it makes everyone look worse. No jacket fits you well enough to sit down with it with a button closed because it's going to stretch weird.
Double-breasted.
No, it doesn't. It does not. It doesn't work, bro. Trust me on this. As a person who's wearing double-breasted suits for years, it doesn't. No suit looks good buttoned sitting down.
Okay. Would you?
I mean, you could do it.
Okay. I'm the reason why I specifically brought this up is if you Google image search Fran Lebowitz sitting. Every single photo is her sitting with a buttoned
I don't give a fuck
jacket, but the kicker is the double-breasted part.
Yeah, but she also cuffs her pants 8 inches and everybody lets it slide. I don't really understand what I mean, I think she looks better than most 80-year-old women.
For like a 78-year-old woman, her swag is about as good as we're gonna get.
But it's because she's committed to it. If you saw somebody walking down the street with jeans like that, you would laugh at them.
Okay,
but
well
because
then
she's committed to it, which I respect.
Try this on for size. Do you think that she does so much sitting and speaking engagements and things like that she has her?
First of all, this jacket isn't double-breasted.
Okay, which proves my point even more. It still looks good.
It doesn't. There's no reason. There's no reason to sit with I mean, it's fine if you want to do that. First of all, it's not comfortable, which always makes you look worse. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're uncomfortable, you're always going to look uncomfortable is what I'm trying to say.
Damn, I just realized Adam Friedland's going to look like Fran Lebowitz when he's older.
He already does.
I know, but, it'll fully realize.
Like, she looks great. She looks great in this picture. Mm-hmm. She absolutely looks great in this picture, and it's fine.
Well, I was going to say, do you think that she has her jackets, like, custom tailored so when she's sitting down, it looks
fine because
it looks okay.
Well, it looks fine because it fits properly and it's definitely custom made. And she's also sitting up straight. You know what I mean? It's one thing. Let's see what she looks like when she's tucking into a fucking carbonara at Bar Pity. You know what I'm saying? Like for the photo shoot, sitting up. It's a little different than day-to-day wear.
You need some candid looks. I get it.
I'm just not keeping it buttoned no matter what, and I don't understand why. Like, when I see guys on TV, it's like, it blows my mind that like a famous actor who's on, whatever, on the couch with Seth Meyers is like, dude, it just doesn't, it looks weird. Like, I think people forget.
To me, it just reminds me of it's a fat covering thing.
Definitely.
Like, once you hit a certain age, Fran's put on a couple LBs.
But it's also one of those
It's
things,
all good.
It's like wearing a
But
shirt.
if you look at a photo of her in the 70s and 80s, she's sitting down, the jacket's open.
But it's like wearing a shirt in the pool. It makes it worse, actually. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
It actually makes it worse, which is, I mean,
what are you hiding in there, Grandma?
I was a fupa?
I'm sorry, I'll leave you alone.
Fat person shirt puller for most of my life. I know the things, the tricks that you try to pull, and it actually only makes it worse. Is the funny part.
You invented untuck it way before they did.
Yeah, y'all thought that was new? Bro, no, we've been doing that. Talk to any of us 12-year-olds in the 90s. We all been doing it.
I love all those tweets of like your fat friend will like get shot 12 times in the face and he'll pull his shirt down before calling 911.
It's so funny, dude, because it's so true. It's so true. That's like sometimes I'll see some shit like that and be like, God damn, somebody hit this shit on the head, boy. That is exactly what happened.
Well, that's the kind of humor that works well, because if you are a fat person who understands and feels that, if you reply to the tweet, I felt that, or whatever it is, then that's what that dark humor is for. It's not to make fun of fat people. It's for dark fatties.
It's really funny. Really, really funny stuff. Really
Let a dark fatty have a giggle. Come on, man.
Just a little gig. Just a little chuckle.
Yeah, while you're here, we should try to hit Wilds as well. I think you'll really like that place.
I want to go to Wilds. I'm trying to go to Dean's. I'm trying to go to all these fucking newfangled pubs.
But is your calendar booked?
No. we have the Hanover pop-up for the 2 days, but...
And we have Bar de Bello on the 16th, you said?
Yeah, so the 17th is open, I would say.
I love that our podcast sometimes is just us planning our week and typing it into my iCal.
Hey, man. We got to get this done. We got to get this done somehow. I'm fucking... I got us a fruit cart for the pop-up, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, frutas naturales?
Yeah, I was like, coffee, it's like we're around the corner. Like, you can go get a coffee at Sight Glass. You can see it from Castle. You know what I mean? So I was like, bringing all the integral shit and doing that would be fun. But I was like, you know what? I want access to watermelon. And that's kind of something. I'm prioritizing my own needs.
Leave it to Chris to bring the fruit from WeHo just into regular
just one block down to Hollywood. But I didn't. It's very affordable to get one. I feel like people should do this more. It seems like such a nice thing to offer people. It's very cheap.
What, $500, something like that?
Yeah, or maybe a little, maybe more. I think it's like depending on what you're estimating, but it's very cheap. Sure. It's very cheap in the scheme of things that like
Beautiful.
You do at parties like this or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it reminds me of those old rumors, the Hollywood conspiracy theories that all the fruit carts were like drug cartel.
Oh, I love that.
Like access point locations, like every single fruit cart with the grandma in it. And if you look underneath it, is just like a fucking M16 rifle and a duffel bag full of cash and drugs.
I've never heard that before. That's really funny.
No, it was like a weird little the reason why they got all these fruit carts around here. That's the cartels. That's their little drop off points. The dealers go and hide all their drugs and cash in those things, and they use it as their little network. And my ass was slopping that bowl of soup.
That's a classic. Like, I want to believe this because it's so crazy. Like, how could I not?
Sure. There's that one. There's the Armenian mafia activists years. Like when you see the little meme of like, 2009 OG Kush. We still think about you.
Yeah,
memes. People are doing that for like the Armenian syrup trade of 2017 to 2019 or something.
So we're saying that the source of all lean sales was the Armenian people.
Not all.
In the Los Angeles.
Not all. I think they just maybe had the insight to find a niche market and kind of really triple down and triple X their rev.
Okay, so were you able to purchase?
They said you guys have, but also I think that's how like mafias are. The organizational work of the mafia is nice. Of like, you guys do coke, we do weed. You guys do meth. You guys do
we keep activists. We keep it separate, and everybody wins. Yeah. I agree. That is nice.
And the people in the gangs that are the biggest and have the most people, they can get the biggest drugs, and then the smaller ones,
biggest drugs, biggest. You mean by popularity?
Then don't get me wrong. I love selling cough syrup. It's great, but I would love to get that cocaine account.
If we could get the cocaine account, I think our year would be looking up. I think we'd be looking really good for 2027 if we get the cocaine account.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Tussi's fine.
But I feel like when you talk about getting drugs, it feels very boring and whitewashed now. There's like no danger in it at street level.
Yeah, but I've also I'm an old man. I'm good. I don't need to do that anymore. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that, but I feel like anybody.
I hustled hard to get here, but you want the danger.
I don't even want the danger. I just feel like if you're a 24-year-old, you should have to get in somebody's car that you don't know and drive around the block. Mm-hmm. Like you shouldn't be able to open the PDF on your phone and text Signal and have somebody drop it off to you with a drone.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a middle ground, is all I'm saying.
No, I agree with you. There's some things where you're like, this shouldn't be this easy.
Yeah,
you could feel your brain smoothing over and your body becoming sedentary.
Dude, I don't need it's like food being delivered by a robot. Like, we don't need that. Like, we really, really don't need that. Like, it's not that bad.
Well, they are a lot cheaper than us humans.
That's true. That we can't forget that.
It's gonna happen.
I should have done. I was gonna do a live unboxing of the Lena Dunham book, but I unboxed it last night. I got my Famesick eye mask, as well as some pajamas.
Okay.
The eye mask is embroidered. It looks hand embroidered. To say the name of the book.
Feels twee. Feels Olivia Rodrigo-ish.
It's very twee. I can't wait to get into it though. I got it here. Hopefully I can get a few chapters in on my flight to Greensboro, North Carolina in the morning.
Are you going back into the studio? What's going on?
Yeah, we're hitting high point. No, I'm going to this auberge resort in North Carolina with Barber, but the main reason I'm going, or one of the reasons I'm going, is because there's a fly fishing lesson.
Okay.
David Coggins, our resident
pulling some brownies out of the creek.
David Coggins is going. So this is basically, we found a way to go on a fly fishing trip together that doesn't cost either of us any money.
Coggins, I feel bad about saying you need to take a new photo for the Masters this year. Stop ghosting me.
But I'm gonna there's also some ATVing, which I'm very excited about. I think I need to touch grass a little bit, and I think this is a good opportunity for that.
What do you think the poly market, the Kalshi market, over under on you pulling something out of that water? What do you think it's going to be?
What's it called? Pulling lips? Hooking lip? What's the term?
That's more for bass, maybe. I'm not sure.
Sam Hines said it to me the other night, and I was like, "This motherfucker really can do everything."
He's like, "Oh, you don't know how to tie flies? Wow, okay."
That's literally the vibe. Oh, you can't dunk, or you can't tie a fly. I'm not going to catch anything.
Okay.
But I don't think. But I do feel like that the charm of a sport like fishing is the beginner's luck possibility, where like the one guy who doesn't know what he's doing all of a sudden is got a big daddy on the line, and I get the photo and then we throw it back.
Grandma caught a marlin. Did you see that?
Yeah. It's not deep sea.
You don't have a lot of fishing experience though, right?
I actually did fish some as like a kid with some of my uncles, but not like anything to write home about. I'm not really even that interested in it. I just feel like I need to have the experience because people, particularly fly fishing, people are so passionate about it that I feel like I need to understand why. There's only one way to do. There's only one way to do that.
I mean, it might take fly fishing to get your brain to zen out a little bit. You know, extreme minds need extreme ways to release, and if you're not going to free solo, you know, maybe this, you know, you in the creek and the waders, no phone, no memoirs to read, no nothing. It's just you and the
creek. The bubbling,
just you
the bubbling brook. Yeah, I mean, but the only problem is that the only way to get from Greensboro to L.A. Well, the resort, the auberge is like an hour and 20 or something from the airport in Greensboro because I think it's pretty remote. It's like in the mountains. So when I was adjusting my flight, the 5 a.m. option was the best I could. So 5 a.m. connect in Atlanta and then Atlanta to L.A. is the best you can do.
Well, you're going to be waking up at 3 a.m. to go pull some of those rainbows out.
Car's coming at 2:30 on Wednesday morning. And I'm like, man, that's a little, even for me, that's an hour and a half tour. Like 4 a.m. is kind of my limit on stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you do it in those situations where it's worth it.
Sure, of course.
At the fly fishing influencer trip in North Carolina, you make things like that that come around once in a lifetime. You make it. That's your Noma, and Bieber.
It is
helicopter ride.
It is. Just got to get back. But I do.
But we do. I joke and I tease, but I love. We love the auberge resorts family over here on How Long Gone, don't we?
Getting to LA at 9:30. It's getting to LA at 9:30 in the morning though. Even after all that, you got a full day. It's really the best. It's the best possible outcome.
You're going to be primed up and ready to podcast live
with Delaney. Delaney is our guest. Delaney Rowe is confirmed as our guest, which I think will be fun. She's
menswear specialist, Delaney Rowe.
Also, her coming off of her Coachella. I think there's a lot to discuss there.
Between week 1 and week 2, yeah, we were watching it last night. It was funny. It wasn't the Strokes. It wasn't these bands that Carolyn wanted to see. We were watching that Japanese DJ who had the crazy boiler room. Let me pull it up.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, Yousuke Yukimatsu. He had that boiler room set, and I was sort of dismissive of it because he was playing like Korn songs and stuff, and it was just not really rubbing me the right way. But we watched his set at Coachella last night, and sold. Carolyn was literally watching this guy DJ, and she was like, "Can we get tickets to next week?"
Sorry, what?
I want to go to Coachella now.
You're not sold.
I mean,
Also, this is my whole point. It's like this guy's gonna play in LA at a normal place in the next 6 months. You know what I mean? So it's like if you want to see it, you can just go see it.
He's at Celebrities in Vancouver.
See,
No problem. On Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be out of town.
Wednesday and Thursday. It's over at Celebrities. Over at Celebrities in Vancouver.
But yeah, I mean, but all that is to say, good job, Yosuke Yukimatsu. He played like Taylor Swift and Aphex Twin, and he was really doing the whole thing.
Okay, all right. I was there for Girl Talk the first time. I'm all set.
I think he lost me when he played a Billie Eilish song, of course. But overall, good job.
So his whole thing is
No
he
Billy in the
plays
club.
all of this new stuff.
He plays like a lot of like kind of hard, gnarly, extreme music mixed in with some other genres in a way.
Oh, I guess Korn.
Yeah, so think of it as like a open formatty like DJ AM kind of thing where now I'm doing this and now I'm playing Don't Stop Believin', and now I'm playing MWA. So you're running the gamut,
okay.
but it's just with music that is maybe a little bit more extreme as the backbone.
I see.
So just like really crazy hard techno, like don don don, and then it's a modern pop vocal on top of it, and it somehow just works in an extreme way.
Oh, well, it works for somebody. How long gone? Thank you guys for listening to the show. We're back next week. We got a couple guests lined up. One OG guest, longtime friend of the show, first time back in years. Should be fun. Even though he's already told all his good stories on Vanity Fair, but whatever. We'll
But he will come alive when he keys with the two top keyers in the key game.
We'll find him. We'll find some common ground to discuss, I'm sure. Thank you guys for listening. LA, see you next week, and
later.
Yeah, that's it. Later.